Gather close, seekers of truth and tale, for I bring you the story of a warrior whose shadow stretched across swamps, mountains, and ash. Keshu the Black Fin, the Sakshleal woman whose name shaped the destiny of an empire. Born in the heart of Black Marsh, Keshu's scales shimmered like the surface of still water before a storm. Even as a hatchling, she walked with the strength of the hist and the boldness of those who swim against the current. Her people called her different. She called herself determined. From a young age, she dreamed of more than murky waters and ancient rites. Her soul yearned for distant lands, for meaning beyond tradition. She was no outcast, she was a pioneer. But it was war that forged her legend. In the year 2E 572, a tide of terror swept across Tamriel, the Akaviri invasion. Kamal warriors, pale demons of ice and cruelty, descended upon the shores of northeastern Tamriel, cutting through the Dunmer of Morrowind and battering the Nords of Skyrim. The defenders stood on the edge of ruin. And then came the hiss of the tide. The Argonians, long dismissed as slaves and savages, emerged from the marsh. At the heart of them stood Keshu the Black Fin, leading the mighty Shellbacks, a fearsome elite warband of Argonian warriors clad in armor grown from the hist and hardened by battle. With cold eyes and blades gleaming, Keshu led her warriors north, uniting with Dunmer and Nord forces, not out of obedience, but out of resolve. It was she who coordinated the three armies. It was she who struck at the flanks of the Kamal war machine. Her tactics were swift, brutal, and brilliant. And when the tide finally turned at Stonefalls, it was the roar of Argonian war cries and the Black Fin's command that signaled the Akaviri retreat. In that moment, the world saw what Keshu had known all along, that the Argonians were not pawns of greater empires, but a force of their own, proud, fierce, and unbreakable. It was from the blood-soaked snows of that war that the first seeds of the Ebonheart Pact were planted. Keshu stood among generals and kings, not as a servant, but as an equal. She forged bonds not through diplomacy alone, but through shared bloodshed, honor, and the memory of standing side by side against a common enemy. The pact that emerged was unprecedented. Argonian, Dunmer, and Nord, three peoples united in cause. Many said it would never last. Keshu made them believe it could. She became more than a general, she became a symbol. A protector of her people, a negotiator among rivals, a legend in her own time. Her legacy does not end on the battlefield. She navigated the treacherous politics of Morrowind's great houses, earning wary respect even from slavers who once held her people in chains. She walked the mead halls of Skyrim, challenging even the most hardened warriors to see strength not in race, but in spirit. To the Argonians, she is the mother of a new era. To the Pact, she is its heart and shield. And to those who still judge by scales and skin, she is a warning. So, listen well, traveler. When you pass through the lands of the Pact, when you hear tales of honor among enemies and unity born of fire, remember Keshu the Black Fin, the woman who rose from the marsh, led her people into history, and turned the tide of a continent.